Sisson. I'm a sergeant with the Sheriff's Office, but I also oversee Chelan County Emergency Management.
Can you spell your name, please?
S-I-S-S-O-N. Kent, K-E-N-T. Thank you. So I'm going to start a little bit on evacuations. I know that's kind of an interesting, we want to know where we're at with evacuation numbers, levels, what's changing, what's staying the same. Currently, 2,750 residents in the Lake Chelan, City of Chelan area are at level 3, which is the highest level evacuation. That number is going to adjust here today as we bring some people down to level 2s. I can't tell you the exact number because we have not had time to go count all those residents on a map to see what those number adjustments are going to look like. But the Navarre-Cooley area, which is also known as State Route 971 from Highway 97 alternate to the South Shore Lake Chelan, is going to be taken from a level 3 down to a level 2 at this point. Doesn't mean they're completely out of danger. It means that right now there is an active fire and there's not, imminent threat. That's going to open up the highway, and it's also going to get some folks back in that did evacuate. The same is going to happen over in the South Chelan area. As you come into Chelan on 97 alternate, within the city limits, we're looking at some areas that have been at level 3 for about 2.5 days, and we hope to take them down to a level 2 to get some folks home and free up some resources over there that are doing roadblocks and things like that. Currently, the numbers for sheltering, when you say there's 2,750 homes at level 3, this kind of shows how accustomed to wildfires and evacuation Chelan County is. In all 3 shelters that the Red Cross has set up in the city of Iniat, the city of Brewster, and the city of East Wenatchee, they housed 32 people last night. So that is very common in our county. People have other resources. A lot of people will stay at a level 3, even though they're advised not to stay. That is the highest level, and we ask them to evacuate if they can, but a lot decide to stay put until fire is imminent. So only 32 people were sheltered last night. We still have road closures. Highway 150, which is to the east of us as you go out of the city of Chelan down toward the city of Chelan Falls. That's where a lot of the industrial area was burned, the Chelan Fruit Complex, the Chelan Lumber Company, and several other structures, including residences, were burned. That is still closed. There is no public access in there except for a property owner, fire personnel, and people that are doing work, obviously, PUD and those type of folks. As you head out more to the east, northeast on the Highway 97 alternate, as you leave Chelan, we have a road closure on the Apple Acres Road, which that encompasses the Antwine Creek area, the Washington Creek area, the Howard Flats area. We do have structural damage up in that area. We have not been able to get our damage assessment crews in there yet. They're busy elsewhere, and they will be working that today. They'll be up in there and they're going to work that, and we'll get you hard numbers. What I can say is we have 21 confirmed residences burned that have been accounted for by the county assessor's office and their team. But that is the only from, as you come in from the South Chelan area down towards Chelan Falls. That's all they covered so far yesterday. They are out actively. They're going to do the Apple Acres, Antwine Creek, Washington Creek area today. So we're still putting out, the number could be anywhere from 50 to 75 residences burned, and that does not include what we've lost in the industry or commercial buildings. So it's still 50 to 75. As we get those numbers hard, we will put that out to the media and get you better numbers. But you have to understand that this wasn't a compact fire. This was 4 different lightning strike fires coming together in all different areas of this Lake Chelan, City of Chelan area. And trying to get resources out to do damage assessments is difficult. There's still active fire, especially up the Antwine Creek, Washington Creek area. It's not safe to put some of the teams all the way in up there. Antwine Creek actually cuts the county line into Okanagan County, so Okanagan County will show structure loss as well. Just keep that in mind, that as you go up that road, it's only accessible from Chelan County, but you cut the county line and you go into several different residences into Okanagan County. We have, like I said, about 175 residents on level 2, but that number will go up because we'll be moving level 3s to level 2s today. But currently, about 175 residences up to the northwest area of Chelan. The Deer Mountain Fire lightning strike has worked its way over. It's in the Union Valley area. So we have level 2s up in the Perdaman Gulch, Echo Valley, and Cooper Gulch area. The Union Valley, Kale Gulch area is still on level 3 as it was yesterday. The road closure on South Lakeshore, Up Lake, where several structures were lost, and we're working on a hard number for how many structures were lost on the South Lakeshore above First Creek State Park. That is still a hot area. We're trying to get residents in and still let the fire crews do what they can do. So we're working with our county road department to do some escorting of residents in when it's safe, and it will probably occur either on the hour or on the every 2 hour to get people in there who belong in there and other people out who want to get out. Again, there's still active fire in there. I don't believe they've lost any residences in there since approximately 24 hours ago. So several fire resources are in all these areas, just so you know that. But resources are thin across the state of Washington, across the western United States right now. And so we're lucky to have what we have, and they're doing a great job. Getting the power back onto the city of Chelan last night was huge. Our Chelan County PUD had every operational person they have working to get the power restored. They had to have 3 different teams out in 3 different areas to accomplish what they did, and they hope to restore more power as the day progresses today. So at that point, I'm going to take any questions you have. Yes.
That count of 50 to 75, does that include the house there in the South Shore?
Yes, that would include the South Shore residents. Again, that's a soft number. That is not. So it could be higher than that, and then hopefully it's lower than that.
Did weather conditions improve the firefight last night?
Yes.
Were you guys able to pull a containment line at all?
Yeah, and I'm not the fire guy, just remember that. But yes, it did. The humidities were up. There was somewhat of an inversion. There weren't the gusty winds that we had Friday into Saturday. It definitely helped the firefighters establish some line. I don't think they're putting out a containment percentage. That would be something that the IC for the team, Chris Schulte, would have to quote you. I have not heard one as of yet.
And I know there was concern that despite good weather, the fire would still grow. Did you see both these fires continuing to grow despite being able to
Some, yes, some. And again, we don't have enough resources to put this huge containment line around all this fire. They have to prioritize what's near structures, and that's where they want to get the fire line established and get it around residential, and then they'll try to get dozer lines, whatever they're using. They're still using a lot of air support to put out hot spots, again, primarily around residential areas, or something that looks like it's going to take off and run. So.
What's the economic impact of this community or an event this big?
The economic impact of this community? I'll be honest with you, losing that Chelan fruit complex down there, which processes a lot of fruit out of this whole Chelan area. This is apple growing territory here. Okay, there's other fruits grown in this area, but this is huge apple. Chelan fruit was a huge complex. Losing that is devastating right now to the North Chelan County in general, and the city of Chelan. Tourism obviously has been hugely affected. Lake Chelan is a huge tourist destination for people within the state of Washington and from Canada and the Northwest, and access, the smoke issues, businesses are trying to get back up and running, but just because the power came back on doesn't mean the fiber came back on, and a lot of the things they do with billing and trying to process credit cards and things for small business isn't happening yet. So yeah, huge impact. Yeah.
Do you know anyone who's lost their home?
Yes, I do personally know somebody who lost their home, and it was more up in the Antoine Creek area, and I've heard of a couple people I generally know that lost residences, cabins out on the south shore of Lake Chelan as well. Yes.
So just working in the community, what's it like for you knowing that people have lost their homes?
It's tough. We just had the Sleepy Hollow fire not that long ago. I personally knew 2 people who lost their homes in the Sleepy Hollow fire down in the Wenatchee area. That was our fire. It's really upsetting. You don't want to see anybody lose their homes, and it's, you know, you just don't have enough fire resources when these fires take off and run like they did on the Sleepy Hollow fire, like they have done on this complex of fires. You know, you get the state mobilization going, but you have to wait for those resources to show up. And as we all know, there are many other fires burning in Washington State right now. So resources are getting deployed all over the place. They get reprioritized, and they do what they can do. And yeah, you just want to keep people safe, and I think we've done that. We have kept people safe. A couple minor injuries to some firefighters. So, I mean, that's what we'll hang our hat on right now as far as, you know, we haven't lost any lives.
If people are offering things like a generator or a trailer for someone in need, how would they make contact with the right people?
They would call our emergency management office. We're running a call center, 509-667-6863, and offer whatever they're offering. And I do have a building that we're going to be using out at the County Public Works area up here in Chelan. They would be directed to bring it to that location, and we're working with the state of Washington to get some resource management for donations up here, because we're running on short on folks to do that. Yeah.
There's a lot of questionable information running around. One of the things we've heard is that the entire population of Okanagan County was asked to evacuate. Can you confirm?
I can't